We could speak about the economic impact of menopause, the billions of dollars lost each year due to loss of productivity and women leaving the workforce. But you can read the staggering stats in our written report. No, this film isn't about numbers. This film is about the real Michigan women whose personal stories about menopause will inspire you to care, to cultivate knowledge, and to create change with us. The only number we care to talk about in this film is the large number of Michigan women who have struggled and are struggling through the natural transition of menopause, and the even larger number of Michigan women who will learn to thrive through menopause because of the work we do together. This video is about sharing real Michigan women's voices that have been silenced for way too long.
And my grandmother told me that she was prescribed lithium for what she called her screaming meanies.
Repeated times waking up and sweating and then trying to function and not fall asleep in a meeting, not fall asleep while driving.
Well, I wouldn't expect myself to gain 80 pounds in the matter of 5 years.
The brain fog came first, and I didn't know what was happening to me. I thought I had an early onset Alzheimer's.
What about those other symptoms that women have that are so incredibly scary to the point where you think you're losing your mind, and every time you go to the doctor, they just turn you away or give you another test? I feel like an experiment. My teeth hurt. Do you understand that my teeth hurt? It hurts me to eat. Oh, well, that is kind of strange. I'm not exactly sure what to do about that.
Truly the most menacing part of menopause for me was feeling like I was out of control. Like I thought there was something wrong with me, and I treated myself as if there was something wrong with me.
This has been going on with women in our bodies since the beginning of time. Why is it that we are in, 2025, and it still seems like there's not a whole lot that is known or a lot out there for relief and treatment of it?
I went to a neurologist, and she's the one who told me, you're most likely in menopause. No one ever told me that was a side effect of menopause. So a neurologist told me, because I went in because I'm like, what's wrong with me? My mind and brain, something's wrong.
I had to jump through hoops in order for somebody to believe me and for somebody to take me seriously.
But yeah, I had doctors like, oh, it's just what it is. One doctor said, well, at your age, we don't really check anything right now. You just got to go through it. She literally said that. She didn't want to do anything as far as nothing. And that just made me feel like nothing.
I actually went to the doctor and I said, I have to sleep with the windows open in winter, and my husband is complaining about it, and the only thing she said to me was, tell him to put a hat on. But it didn't address my problem, it addressed his.
Went to this young gynecologist, and he had the flippant nerve to say, menopause, what is menopause? So I knew I was in trouble, I promise you.
Today I was speaking to a dear friend of mine, and she had mentioned to her doctor that she has problems with remembering things. And the answer from her doctor was, well, as long as you remember the names of your kids, you don't have a problem. You're good. That's not the answer we need as women.
There are actually things about menopause that I like. So let me tell you, So let me tell you one of the things that I really like. I think that I wear IDGAF on my forehead. I care a lot less about what people think nowadays. I'm able to say no. And 10 years ago, I couldn't say no.
Us as women, holding these things so as not to burden others, even other women, our families, etc. And it's not helpful.
I think it's just like say the thing and don't be afraid of it. It's gonna happen.
Half of humankind has ovaries, so that's kind of important. We focus on populations and designing for those populations in the workplace to help them feel seen and recognized.
Coming to a place where it was like, okay, If I could treat myself the way I take care of my friends or my sisters, I would just be so much better off.
And stop not letting women age. And I have to say, I've been in fitness for a long time. Learning to let go of my belly was one of the hardest and continues to be difficult for me.
Knowledge. Read everything you can. Even when you're young, read what you can to learn how to deal with your period and everything, because it all relates. The stuff that you do during your cyclical years affect your menopause years.
Don't be afraid to ask for help and to seek care. And if you get dismissed, find somebody who will listen to you.
If people are bothered by the conversation, maybe they need to listen, because that's on them, not on the people who are in menopause or going through menopause or postmenopausal.
Like it's in our culture that things that happen to women's bodies are uncomfortable. We don't talk about that. And that's the big breakthrough that needs to happen.
I implore healthcare practitioners, anyone who's providing services to women. Tonight we heard someone say, believe women, and it could not be more true.
While I hope that at the end of this, we all collectively decide that we're over this shit and that we choose to support each other differently.
And just having it be a normal part, celebrating that we've made it this far in our lives, that it's a privilege to age, it's a privilege to have the gray hair, it's a privilege to have the wrinkles, it's a privilege to go through this process of life.
And to know that you're still a powerful, vital woman, that just because you're going through menopause doesn't mean your life's over. In fact, that's just begun.
And so I am so happy to be here in this space, seeing all these women wanting to learn and figure it out.
We're kind of emphasizing the symptoms and how to manage the symptoms, rather than promoting the wisdom of the time and the freedom that we experience as we age.
You have the power. So menopause is not a pause, it's a power shift.
Thank you for listening to the stories of Michigan women who have vulnerably shared their experience, strength, and hope with the trust that we are going to listen to them and implement the very simple solutions that are necessary to create a better world for Michigan women.